Hello my vacuum cleaner chums, how are you today? This repair video features this lovely Panasonic upright of the UG302 1900 watts variety. I do like these, I've had a few. You always see them about. They're just sort of bulletproof, reliable cleaners, really, that don't really ever go wrong, apart from this one, which has. Although not in a catastrophic way. Let me show you. No, up there, pen. You take the cable off and plug her in. See if you can spot what's wrong. Do you hear that horrible noise? That horrible noise is the Brushroll. Let me just unplug. This came to me because the Brushroll wouldn't turn at all. And I brought it home and checked, and yes, the Brushroll would not spin at all. I have got it working, but even now, there's a tight spot, and then it will suddenly just go. There we go. And that's because the bearings is knackered. Let's have a look, because you can see what's wrong with it, even though I've pumped them full of lithium grease, which has got them turning better than they did. But let me show you what the problem is. This is to undo these 4 screws. This is also how to change the belt on one of these Panasonic uprights. So if you're watching this, because you've got to change the belt, that's how you do it. I pointed it out to you as well. If you're just watching this because it came up in your suggested videos, hello. If you're thinking, who the hell's this idiot? Well, don't worry, I think that myself several times. So this is the inside. It's a very strange arrangement because there's no clutch. It is literally, there's the motor spindle, that belt drives the cog, and then this belt spins around. Now if you can see from the edge of this black wheel, it's not quite right itself. There's a melted part just there, but I don't think it's causing enough issues, because it sounds okay with the Brushroll off. It is the Brushroll, and it's specifically this end here, is it? Yeah, that spins nicely like that. This side doesn't. It's, yeah. This is the side that was knackered anyway, and if you undo this screw here, which holds the end of the Brushroll on, it's just one little screw, and pull off the guide, you'll see the lithium grease that I put on. I didn't think a small screwdriver. Basically underneath there is worn. It's quite difficult to spin by hand. And I think it seized up, been run for a long time, possibly before it shattered and exploded the belt, judging by all of that gunk in there. She then bought a new belt, because she said, oh, I changed the belt, and sadly, changing the belts won't fix a broken Brushroll. So I asked her what she wanted to do. I've managed to get it working, but not perfectly, blah, blah, blah. Would you like a new Brushroll? Because there's Brushrolls for these on eBay. So she said, oh, go on then. So, coming, as of this video, coming tomorrow, there will be a brand new, genuine Panasonic Brushroll. And if it comes before lunchtime, I'll fit it at my mum's tomorrow. If it comes after lunchtime, I'll fit it at my mum's on Thursday, and we'll have a look and we'll see what the differences are. We've got our baseline. We know it sounds utterly awful. Get in there, you little sod. There we go. So So hopefully it will sound a little bit better once that's finished. Because it's just, obviously, turning it by hand, you can really tell, but when it's properly spinning around, that brush roll is just going nuts on its knacker bearings. So hopefully this will fix it. So we'll put the screws back together for now, just so that I don't lose anything. And we'll stick it in the back of the car with a screwdriver. And we'll see if it gets any better. Yeah, I do like these Panasonics. They're nothing special. The brush roll's quite soft. The suction's not bad. But they just go on and on and on and on and on. You'll always, if you ever see one of these, they can have a bit of an issue with all of the area under there. I've seen one broken there before, but I think even then I managed to fix it. I don't think they actually destroy themselves. This is either side of it. It's got a pattern bag fitted, sadly, but I did wash the filters. The filters were disgusting, as you can see by the general state of the back door. Panasonic's always need dirt. It's a shame. You can fit a pneumatic HEPA flow to them, but obviously not many people will do that. The hose is also quite short, and if I let go, you'll see that the machine topples over very easy. So it's certainly a hold with one hand and use the hose sort of job. Although you could, maybe you still can, could get extension hoses that fit on the end and extend the hose, really. You've only ever got a dusting brush with them. This one's very clean. So you've only ever got, I think you were supposed to use it for doing the cushions as well, but you've never got an upholstery tool with these. And they combined extension and crevice tool with these two thumb holes, which you're supposed to put your thumb over, I think, to divert the suction, or just leave out, basically, because the machine, it has got all right suction and the hose does pull itself back really quickly. I think they just put that in there to stop them from really toppling over. They've also got these end caps on them. What I was told a few years ago is that the very first Panasonic upright didn't have these end caps. They just had the edges of the brush roll poking out, which apparently cleaned to the edges really, really well. Right up until the day a small child put his finger in it, and I don't know if it actually chopped his finger off or if it just hurt and taught the little son a lesson on to not put your fingers into stuff that's spinning round really fast. But that's why they've all got end caps on them now, because somebody wasn't bright enough to not put their finger into the loud spinny thing. So there we go. We shall pick this up when the new brush roll turns up, I suppose, and hope it works. So, here we are a few days later, and I have a box. What is in this box? Well, it is a, hopefully correct, it was in the listing to the model number, Panasonic Home Appliance Hangzhou Co Limited brush roll from the 1st of March 2017. If we look inside of it, it's a brand new brush roll for this Panasonic, which I've already stripped down a bit. So here is the old brush roll and the new brush roll, and initial thoughts are as the same. Second thoughts is this brush roll it's still not stiff, but it's a lot stiffer than that. And it also rotates slightly better as well. I mean, that side was always okay. That side's a little bit stiff, but it's hopefully just because it's new. This side rotates fine, better than this side, which has a stiff spot there. There's not really much to do on this video apart from fit it. So, belt on. We'll rotate the lugs so they fit. I'll just knock the camera. There we go. 1 and 2. Centre up the belt. Come on. There we go. and it seems to spin a bit better. There's not really anything we can do to check until we fire it up, because I'm hoping that the banging sound that we heard was coming from the Brushroll. Why won't you go on? Come on. No, that's not on properly. Hang on. Didn't have all my lugs in. There we go. Yeah, that's all I can suggest. Otherwise, it's a problem with the clutch well, not the clutch, but the pulley mechanisms here. So we'll have to take that off and see if we can lubricate that up a bit. But I don't think it was, because the sound did seem to be coming from down here a bit. We are mere moments away from finding out. Have the second from last screw, and up here the last screw. There we go. 3, 2, 1, done. So let's plug it in and see what we can see. Should be turned off. If it's not, it'll fire up. It is off. Right, where's the on-off switch? Well, apart from something being caught up, which now seems to have resolved itself, that's much better. Listen. Nice little purr. On wind down. Let's see if it grooms any better. Not that it won't groom very well. Beautiful. Almost one fixed vacuum cleaner. However, I've noticed that I haven't put the bumper back in correctly, which is a bit silly of me. So let's fix that now. 2 seconds. It turns out that was easier than I thought. I could just push that in without having to worry about taking the base plate off. So there we go. Old versus new. Worn out bearing wise. Anyway, the Brushroll itself still has lots of life, but that does work a bit better. So, all fixed. Thank you for watching this little refurb video, and I shall see you soon. Bye bye.